Good morning, children. Now, today we will do a new lesson to take your Engaging English, the textbook. And the page is page 50. Now, it is written there, historical fiction. But this story is based on a true event which took place in France. I think you have studied it in history. It is called the French Revolution. And in that French Revolution, those who were poor became poorer and the rich became richer. The poor were heavily taxed and they found it difficult to be provided even with the basic necessities of life. They were hungry. They went about in rags. They did not have proper clothes to wear. So the poorer classes, the peasants, all of them joined together and rebelled against authority, that is the nobility, the ruling power. They rebelled against it. Now here you have, this is based on a true event, so you should remember that it took place in 1789 in France, the French Revolution. A Tale of Two Cities, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is a famous story writer and he brings a realistic account of events which took place when he had lived. In this chapter, we will understand the suffering of the common citizens in the 18th century France. See how families were separated due to the cruelty of the aristocracy. Aristocracy is the nobles, the ruling class, the king, the nobles. They were very well off. They lived in comfort. But the poor suffered. Then the grammarists practiced the transformation of sentences using to, so, that. Lest I wish I were. Now these are constructions which you have to learn in grammar. A Tale of Two Cities is set against the backdrop of the French Revolution of 1789. Revolution means rebelling against established authority. Here the poor people are rebelling against the king, the nobles, and those who are ruling at that time. The revolution began with the poor rising up against years of oppression. They suffered. Oppression is suffering. They suffered for many, many years. And they rebelled because they could not suffer anymore. It was a period of great violence which claimed the lives of the innocent and the guilty alike. Now what happens in such kind of situations is that both innocent and guilty people suffer alike. In his novel, Dickens narrates the stories of people from various walks of life. People who hold various positions, people who belong to the various classes, the rich, the poor, the middle class, who become caught up in the revolution. They are also involved. Though they are innocent, they are involved in the French Revolution and they suffer. This extract, which introduces the main characters of the novel, begins in 1775, when a young girl travels from England to Paris to meet her father, whom she had thought to be dead. Now her father is Dr. Manette. He had been working as a doctor in France and he is English. She lives in England and she goes to find her father. She thought her father was dead, but she got the news that he was in prison for many long years, I think 18 years. Now this extract from the Tale of Two Cities is about that. Saint Antoine was one of the poorest parts of Paris. The children who lived there had the faces and sad voices of old men, and hunger seemed to be written on the face of every man and woman. So they did not have enough food to eat. They were always hungry, even the children and men and women. The shops contained only the worst bits of meat and only the cheapest loaves. Even in the shops for these poor people, they did not have good things. They had things which were stale, old. Nothing brightened the streets. They did not have any happiness or cheerfulness in their lives. Nothing brightened the streets. Except the shops